So right now, it's 12 a.m. In my country, and we have a 2000 queue in New World. And, you know, I know why this is the case. It's because I'm in Latin America, and Latin America only has one server. But even if I go into the server status list, you can see that there's many places with queue. And it's very late. For US West, it's a bit early. To be fair, it's 8 p.m., so that's reasonable. But US East, only 11. And look at this queue, guys. There's a huge amount of queue. And I'm not the only one. A lot of people have been complaining about this situation on New World. It kind of sucks because every time New World finally everybody's playing it, boom, you get a queue, and well, I guess you can't really enjoy the good game it is. So while sitting in this queue, got me thinking, why do queues in New World exist? Is there a reason for it? And if so, is there a way to fix it or make it better so we don't have to ruin the game that we like so much without making 50 million servers that will be dead in a few weeks? Well, let's talk about it. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. Go to my Twitch to watch me live every morning, and let's get into it. So first of all, why does New World have a queue like this? Other MMOs don't have this issue, so what's the problem here? Is it because Amazon Games sucks? Is it because New World sucks? Well, it's not. It's a bit more complicated than that. According to this, which may be wrong, but well, I couldn't really find anything else, New World server capacity is around 2,500 players. It started as 2,000 on the initial launch, and they increased it later on, apparently in 2023 to 2,750 players on some servers. And as soon as that number arrives, as soon as there's that many people in the server, boom, you start a queue. Someone gets kicked out, someone stops playing, one person gets in, and so on and so on. Now, they have made things to make this better. For example, now you have the option to transfer world, to transfer to another server in the same region. In my case, I can't because there's no other server in my region, but you can do this, so you can skip the queue, just join somewhere else. This is a pretty good solution, especially for things like big launches like this, where realistically, there's not going to be a lot of people playing in just a few weeks. But Darren's, other games don't do this. Other MMORPGs, even on big expansion launches, bigger than New World, for example, we don't have these issues. Doesn't happen in Guild Wars 2, doesn't happen in World of Warcraft, doesn't happen in Final Fantasy... Oh, actually it does happen in Final Fantasy 14. Well, you get my point. Why does it happen? The thing is that New World's map is very interesting. It has territory standing that is dependent on the PvP. There are wars, influence races, and all of these things cannot be done if you have too many people. People need to be sharing the same world in order to interact with all the systems that New World has. Other MMOs don't have this. They have PvP, but it's in an instanced world. ESO has the Idrizzle, I don't know how it's called, whatever. The War vs. World place, the Guild vs. Guild place. Guild Wars 2 has War vs. World, and guys, there are queues there. If I log in right now, on a Friday night, on Reset, I'm not gonna be able to get in. But because it's separate from the core world, from the PvE world, I can play PvE that has no PvP, no open world PvP like New World has everywhere, and then just queue into the actual War vs. World part, the PvP part. The closest thing we have to this in the MMORPG scene or the New World is World of Warcraft Classic, and look at that! The server capacity in Classic WoW is indeed between 2,500 and 3,000 players. And on release, it had a lot of people on queues. They were sharding as well. Oh yeah, what is sharding? Well, this is a special thing that new MMORPGs do, so whenever there's too many people in one place, you end up phasing out of the world that you're in into another same version of the world with other players. This is very useful for PvE games, as this makes it so you can just do a quest, even though there's a lot of people in the same spot. This is very immersion breaking, as you suddenly see everybody around you disappear, and it just does not work if you want open world PvP. Imagine you're getting a duel, killing someone, fighting for your territory, for your guild, and suddenly, boom, your opponent just phases out and you cannot attack it, and they just survive because of it. It just wouldn't really work in New World. And yes, this sucks. It makes all these other issues appear, like not being able to play with your friends, like maybe sometimes having lag in the server. But these are all sacrifices you do in order to have the vision of the game that you want. And I do like the fact that New World is like this. It makes it feel more real, like an actual world exists here, not just a video game. And I really like that. But obviously it also has very bad disadvantages. The game, as you can see right here, is unplayable on the weekends. If you have a 9 to 5, as soon as you get back home, there's gonna be a queue of 2-3 hours, and you're just not gonna bother with that. And if you make too many servers, well, they die very fast. You have to merge them, and all the community sense that you had in each server, especially in a PvP game like this, is lost. As well as making a lot of people quit, because, well, every second in the middle ground of the merge, more people quit, because there's no one around them, and when you actually merge them, it's way too late. Also, if you have a friend on a big server and you want to play with them, you can't even create a character, and you would have to ask them to transfer world to your probably very empty server, which they probably won't want, especially if they found a home already with other people they know in their place. So what do we do? Is it over? There's no way of making a game like this without having all these issues that just kill the game eventually? Well, New World has already started doing these things. For example, last year they made it so expeditions can just be queued between servers, making it so whenever there are servers that are not that populated, it doesn't really matter because you can play with other people anyways. This is a very good change to make more people more comfortable, especially if they play PvE and not PvP, to be in lower populated servers. I saw this great idea from someone on Reddit where you could just queue for the open world, and while you're doing that, it's possible to queue for instance content. That way you can do catacombs, dungeons, raids, all sort of stuff while waiting for the actual queue to happen. This wouldn't interfere with the actual open world PvP that exists in the game, while also making it so people can do something in the meantime. Now, can this actually be done with the technology they have? I don't know. I have no idea what the servers are like there, and they will have to figure it out, but it would definitely be a very... Oh, I died. This was a bad clip to show. It would be a good idea. It would be a good thing for Amazon to implement it. Realistically, it would have to be necessary for the game to grow, as otherwise, I'm not gonna lie guys, more people are gonna quit every day. Another thing would be just to make it so you can transfer to other servers way easier. Instead of having to be like, oh, your server transfer and oh, you're stuck there forever. Make it so you can do it for a week, okay? Just you transfer once, you're there for a week, then you come back. You don't even transfer, but instead you visit the other server. There used to be a system like this in Guild Wars 2. They changed it, but it was pretty cool. It will make more people less hesitant to change just for the queue because they know that they're still in the other place. So it's completely fine. But there you go. Those are my solutions. I know there's not that many, but I don't think there's that many to be had. There's a reason why they haven't changed too much on this game, because it's a very difficult problem, and I'm sure they're all thinking the same thing. I do hope that they find a way to fix it, because at this point, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit unacceptable, the situation we're in. These queues are not something that you can really deal with. And for most people that can't wake up at 8 AM every day to play before the queues are in here, yeah, this is gonna make this game unplayable. It's not gonna be worth trying even out. So I just really hope that they fix this before it's too late. Now, for me, of course, I'm gonna keep playing because the game is very fun, and I'm not gonna leave at the very least until I run out of content to make for YouTube, but I always come back because it's a very cool game and there's really nothing like it. I hope the best for this game, and I think this might be one of the biggest problems it has in order to, well, that and the gearing system. But we'll talk about that another day, okay? So definitely subscribe to the channel for whenever that video comes out, because I'm definitely gonna be making it. Go to my Ko-Fi if you want to support my content. Go to my Twitch to watch me live. See you around. Love you all. Ciao, ciao.